I'm gonna go ahead and make a bold claim here and say that every single creator needs a NAS system. This comes from somebody who has collected tons, and I mean tons. Look at these. I mean, I'm gonna just bring out some of these right now. Literally, I mean a ton of portable SSD and HDD spinning drives over the past few years, and it's honestly one of my biggest regrets as a creator. I should have purchased a NAS system much sooner than I did, and this new Ugreen NASync DXP 4800 Plus is an outstanding budget NAS system for creators. RIP to all these drives right here, because this system does everything I needed all these drives to do and does it much better. I know media storage certainly isn't the most glamorous topic, but in reality, every creator needs to be thinking about their storage solutions and how to reliably and effectively manage their data. This is where NAS systems come into play. NAS stands for Network Attached Storage, and is simply a data storage device that connects to and is accessed via a network. This just provides optimal flexibility for managing files from multiple devices and when you're away from your house or you're on the go. Full disclosure, Ugreen is the sponsor of this video, and they sent me this unit to review, but this video is really just me sharing my honest experience using this storage solution and my thoughts on who I would recommend the DXP 4800 Plus for in 2024. So if you want to check out this NAS, which at the time of recording this video is still in its Kickstarter phase, you can click the link in the description and you can get up to 35% off until May 9th. Let's dive into some of the highlights of this NAS system. First being, it's a 4-bay NAS, so this means you would get 4 storage bays to store different types of drives. You could store these larger spinning drives, things like Western Digital and Seagate have a lot of these larger spinning drives that have large storage options. This is a 4 terabyte. You can go up to like 20 something terabytes with these Western Digitals, or you could also install SATA type SSDs inside of this drive. There's also 2 drive bays at the bottom of this, which are for RAM storage. So you can upgrade your RAM storage over time if you prefer to have faster processing performance out of your NAS system. The DXP 4800 Plus has a maximum storage capacity of 96 terabytes. You can include 4 24 terabyte drives. They would look more like these drives right here. SSDs don't come in that size, so you're gonna have to get these larger spinning drives, but that's a ton of storage. I mean, 96 terabytes, that's gonna be like storage for multiple years, most likely, depending on what kind of content you're creating. Currently, I have 4 of these Western Digital drives installed in a RAID 5 configuration, which simply just means that if one of my drives were to fail here, let's say slot 1 fails and this drive just explodes or stops working for whatever reason. You know, traditionally, if one of those drives that I showed you that are back there in storage, if one of those failed, I lose all of the data there. But the way this RAID 5 configuration is set up is that if everything on drive 1 fails, that all of that information on drive 1 is actually distributed amongst the 4 drives. So everything on drive 1 is in slot 2, 3, and 4 as well. So that the NAS system, the internal software, could then repair drive 1. I would just pop in a new one of these drives into slot 1, and it would repair that drive and redistribute all of the data back onto the drive. So you can rest assured knowing that you don't lose anything if one of your drives fail. That's why I chose to set up my NAS in a RAID 5 configuration. On the back of this unit, you're gonna get 2 Ethernet ports. One is a 10 gigabit Ethernet port and an additional 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, which just allows the NAS to reach download speeds up to 1250 megabits per second, I believe, so over a gig per second. And this is when you install SSDs, so you're gonna get a little bit slower when you use some of these larger spinning drives. This is great for me as a creative when working with large 4K files from the Sony FX3, the FX6, or even the Sony Burano. If I need to access these files on the network, or if I need to download content, these 10 gigabit Ethernet options are really helpful for that. And when it comes to uploading content to the drive, it only takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to offload 65 to 85 gigabytes worth of data onto the server. So you got reliably fast transfer speeds to offload data onto the server, and you have the capacity to have really solid download speeds when trying to access your files via the network. This is really cool because you can even access footage from your phone. So if I needed to play content from my mobile device from the server, the fact that we have a 10 gigabit Ethernet connection allows me to just play data very quickly and reliably from my mobile device. With this NAS system, we also get a one all-inclusive app. Rather than downloading a bunch of individual applications for specific functions, the Ugreen NAS app incorporates these functions into just one place. This eliminates the need to download or switch between a bunch of different applications to manage your data. So this feels very similar to what the Synology app, which I've been using for years when managing files. I like the Synology app, and I use this with my Synology server at my workplace. And the Ugreen app is very similar to this interface. It feels really intuitive, and the first time I open it up, I was able to navigate it very seamlessly. So you shouldn't have any trouble using the app software that this comes with. You can manage and monitor your drive health. You can schedule wake up and shutdown routines, add users to your NAS via the control panel, and a ton more. This app is great. It's very simple to use, very user-friendly. People might have opinions about the simplicity of this and what it can or cannot do, but specifically for content creators, people like myself who don't need to dive into all of the code and the bells and whistles that some of these NAS systems are able to do, I don't need any of that. I need a simple and reliable solution that I can manage my files, make sure my data is safe, and that's what this NAS allows me to do. This NAS comes with an integrated AI smart assistant, which is a cool feature that actually runs without internet connection. So I think this is important for privacy and security. But anyways, you can search your content on the server based on a simple text search. This is really neat. I've actually always wanted this ability to do this without having to rename camera files, and this tool does it. So for example, if I wanted to search for photos of pets or people or vehicles, etc., and I wanted to look for those kinds of files on my server, I would instantly see results from this because of its AI assistant. So you can use this smart recognition technology to create photo albums that intelligently identify and classify faces, places, animals, and more. So this is really cool to see, and I would imagine that this software would actually just get faster and more accurate over time. One of my favorite features of this NAS is a built-in SD card reader, and I don't know why more NAS systems don't include a built-in SD card reader for creatives. Creatives would be a perfect target audience for these kinds of products, but a lot of them don't include an SD card, which is the most common file storage type for our cameras or SD cards. So I love that this NAS right on the front has an SD card reader built in. I just pop in my SD card and offload my files directly to the server for backups. And this eliminates the need to have to plug in that SD card to your computer, transfer it to a hard drive, and then plug that hard drive into the NAS. That's a really weird system that I currently have to do with my Synology system, but I don't have to do it with the Ugreen. As far as memory or RAM, this unit comes with 8 GB of DDR5 RAM. It just provides quality processing speeds. It's improved software and system performance as well with that RAM, but you also have the ability to upgrade this to 64 gigs of RAM, which is really high. And if you just need better processing performance, you can upgrade your RAM yourself over time, which is really cool, and to just optimize and get the best possible performance out of your NAS system. The DXP 4800 Plus features some professional data security features. When you compare it with other cloud drives, NASync allows users to store massive personal data in trusted local devices. This prevents leakage and surveillance to the greatest extent. There's also a built-in security manager in the app, which protects data in real time and performs scheduled scans to prevent any virus intrusions. When you have network attached storage, security is of the utmost importance, and I love that Ugreen is thinking through their security measures for their NAS systems. So overall, how do I plan to use this NAS as a video professional? Well, first and foremost, I just really want to set my NAS up and forget about it. I don't want to do a bunch of stuff with it. I want to just set it up and forget it's even a thing. A lot of tech creators might talk to you more about the software and the user interfaces, etc. But for me, I just need it to format my files in a RAID 5 configuration so that I don't lose any important data. And this just serves my needs really well. I love the way this works. You got a lot of ports. You got USB Type A, USB-C, SD card slot. I love this thing. It's gonna serve me really well as a creator and just manage all of my files for me so I have to be less worried about backing up content on multiple hard drives. Again, you can click the link in the description to go check out the DXP 4800 Plus as well as their other NASync systems. And if you check the link in the description, you can get up to 35% off until May 5th. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys in the next video. Much love.